So, hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Turn 5 podcast, where we're doing a bit of a news catch up. After the intriguing episode that was last week's quiz, we're back for
I think you'll find
some
that
more
was an
serious matters.
absolutely banging episode and had nothing to do with the fact that I won that.
No, not at all, not at all. Um, yeah, we'll go back to the earliest thing we've not covered and just sort of work forwards. Um, We obviously talked about Alpine moving to Mercedes. The Belgian Grand Prix has received a multi-year extension deal.
Missing a couple of
But
years.
yeah, it's a weird one. It's alternating years. I'm assuming it's to Formula One are going to announce another deal soon, alternating with the Belgian Grand Prix, but we don't know what that is yet.
A street
Um,
circuit.
Oh God, please no.
the Brussels Grand Prix. But even if it is only every second year, good to have Spa keep its position on the calendar. It's a circuit we can't really afford to lose. It's one of the most historic in Formula One.
It's been there since the beginning.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
In the beginning. Yeah, it's one of those
We're
iconic
like
circuits.
2 minutes in and I've already dropped
Yeah.
a meme.
What do we think?
What about the deal?
Well, yeah, just about Spa staying on, it being alternate in years, just in general.
Spa staying on, good. Alternating deals, it's something we discussed previously, back in like COVID years, when we started getting all of these different circuits come up, and we were thinking, well, how the hell are we going to put all of these ones on? And then Liberty Media took over and said, actually, we're just going to flood the shit out of America and the Middle East, and it's interesting, but it's not one of the circuits I'd like to have seen been alternated. It's one of those ones I would have liked to have seen as like a linchpin of the of the season. Like I'd say, Australia opener, linchpin, then Silverstone, Monza, Spa as mid-season absolute musts, and then because F1 is F1, Abu Dhabi has to be the last one. Other than that, I think anything else could be fair game for alternating.
To be honest, I don't even think I would have the Australian opener in that linchpin spot.
I'm gonna tell my
I
Aussie
actually,
friends.
I actually really enjoyed starting in Bahrain. It's a good racetrack.
Yeah, but the Aussie
It brought
fans,
forward,
The opener,
yeah,
man.
but we would have the Aussie fans no matter when we went to Australia.
Yeah, but they're just so much more hyped when it's the first one because
Yeah,
they haven't seen the cars at all. So
true.
it's like,
I just think for an actual race, Bahrain did make a very good season opener.
it was all right.
It,
I just
it,
always
it's a,
preferred Australia.
yeah, it was a good racing driver circuit. Lots of places to pass. The cars always stayed really close together.
Lots of places to spin off at turn 3 on your debut.
Yeah, exactly.
Crash into your teammate at turn
4.
4.
Yeah. And we've seen in 2022 how good these new regulations worked around Bahrain. We were singing its praises after round one. So I would always have Australia on the calendar. I just don't feel it has to be round one.
All right, vote Ben. Australia's
Yeah,
opener.
it has to be round
okay.
1.
There you go.
Yeah.
2-1, outnumbered.
Okay, fair.
Democracy manifest.
The question is now, what track will alternate with?
Portimao.
That's a good shout.
Liked that circuit. We ain't been back in a while.
Turkey?
Turkey
Yeah,
is
I'll
also
grab Turkey.
possible.
If you say if we had to alternate between Turkey and Spa, you'd be like,
Yeah, right.
I don't
don't
love
hate it.
but I don't mind it, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, what about
The one they could do is Hockenheim, and we'd all be like, "Fucking yes!"
Yeah,
Hockenheim
If we
was
got the
what I was
German
just
Grand Prix
about to
back on the
say.
calendar.
Rotate it with a German Grand Prix sound.
Mhm.
Hockenheim or Nürburgring.
Yeah.
Just mix between the two again.
Alternative circuits that we've got.
Barcelona.
Paul Ricard.
If they do that, they can do one. I'd rather go back to the Middle East.
Yeah,
I
Barcelona.
suppose technically Le Mans as well. The GP circuit there. Whatever they call that one. Magny Core, isn't
Hungary.
that it?
Gran Turismo reference.
What?
So I said Hungary.
Oh, God.
Hungary.
Well. Zandvoort.
Yes.
Yeah.
I suppose Zandvoort is dropping off the calendar the year the Spa deal starts, so
So,
could be Zandvoort. That was the early rumor, is that it would be a Spa Zandvoort switch.
Alternation, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was the early rumor for quite some time, even
They
before we knew
should-
Zandvoort was dropping off the calendar.
They should announce the F1 calendar like a fucking
Champions
NBA
League
draft.
draw.
The first pick.
Well, no, we wouldn't want to do it like a Champions League draw, because then we'd be there for about 12 hours.
But this is F1. You expect us to not be?
Ah, yeah, true.
And now here's a guest performance from Will.i.am,
Yeah,
featuring
fucking
his latest bollocks song.
hell.
And
That was the formula.
Yeah.
so, yeah, that is the Belgian Grand Prix staying on the calendar-ish.
What years is it off? 20...
I'll
8
pull
and
up the news
30?
article now.
Yeah, I think it's 28 and 30.
Yeah, so we're going in 26, 27, 29, and 31. So, yeah, 28 and
28 and
30.
30.
No,
Okay.
no Spa.
What are we gonna
Interesting.
do for them years?
That's sad that it won't be on the calendar for the 80th year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a letdown, actually. I'm now very disappointed in the
It's just fucking Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and Abu Dhabi. Like, oh yeah.
just going around in a three-peat.
Yeah.
But that'd be alright. The guys could just leave all of their shit there because they've got
Yeah,
5
true.
sets of the pit garage, haven't they? I think it was said that they have 5 sets of it that they send off on containers. And then just ship the specific bits in between.
Except from in the European legs where they drive to races,
Yeah.
which is probably the hardest logistical challenges because you've got so little time.
Yeah, you've got like 4 days.
Mm. I'm not entirely sure where this fell in the sequence, but it's sort of the big news. The FIA declaring war on drivers and their swearing.
Oh
and
shit!
things.
Yeah.
What a load of fucking bollocks.
Okay.
Apparently the GPDA are understandably annoyed at this.
Yeah, that's unsurprising, especially considering the GDPA really don't like Mohammed bin Salman because he does shit like this.
What's the GDPA? I thought it was the GPDA.
Oh yeah, whatever one it is.
Got him. Yeah, so I don't know. Have they actually put out a statement yet?
I don't know. I think they may just stand by their earlier statement.
Can't wait till we have a
Which-
championship decided because someone
Yeah.
dropped an F-bomb in a fucking press conference.
Max
Yeah,
Verstappen.
exactly.
Yeah. 7 points deducted. It's
1 round
ludicrous.
suspension.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's not the way the sport should be going.
No. Of
Utter
all the
woke
things,
nonsense.
Yeah,
Yes.
of all the things to worry about in the sport, this ain't
Language
it.
isn't one.
No.
Yeah, I'd sort the rules out first.
I'd sort the fucking corruption in the FIA out first.
And not only that,
Um,
the reference period that they're using for it is 2 years. So you could have 2 in 1 year, swear once the next season gets suspended.
So it's longer than super license
Then the
points.
super license points, yeah, it's 2
Brilliant.
years.
Jesus Christ.
I'm actually going to see if they've published the new International Sporting Code to see if it's in there. Let's have a look. If I can find the International Sporting Code, that is.
It'd be so funny if a driver in the press gets, because they're going to get questioned about this, and just drops fucking F-bomb after F-bomb, calling them God knows what.
Isaac Hadjar.
Yeah.
Max Verstappen.
Yuki Tsunoda.
Yeah, true.
English isn't my first language. These are the only words I know.
All the drivers just team against it, just to fucking swear constantly, so everyone
if
gets
every
deducted.
driver gets a 1 race ban, that's what they should do. Everyone just drops 3 F-bombs, gets a 1 round suspension.
Oh yeah, they have.
Run a race now, dickhead.
So
there's just one driver who doesn't, and it's just him on his own. All the others just fucking rat.
I suppose the teams would have their test and reserve drivers.
Yeah, but that's fair.
Unless they joined in on the fucking game.
It should be said that these are only a guideline, but any words, deeds, or writings that have caused moral injury or loss to the FIA, blah blah blah. First offence, €10,000 fine. Second offence, €20,000 fine plus 1 month suspension, which is suspended. And your third offence, €30,000 fine plus 1 month suspension plus deduction of championship points.
The wording of the regulation is what worries me. Because it's basically stating that we cannot be critical of the FIA, or the drivers cannot be critical of the FIA.
It gets better. Obviously, we're talking about Formula 1. That is considered a level 4 competition. And so every fine is multiplied by 4.
Yes. Yes, so it's actually like 200,000.
The first offence is €40,000. The second one is any misconduct defined under Article 20 of the ISC. That's 10. Well, that's the same. Any public incitement to violence or hatred has the same tier. The general making of any and display of political, religious, and personal statements or comments notably in violation of the general principle of neutrality promoted by the FIA under its statutes, unless previously approved by the FIA. €10,000 plus public apology. Second offence, €20,000 plus a public apology and a 1 month suspension.
They have to do a public YouTube apology for swearing.
And the third one is €30,000 plus a public apology, plus 1 month suspension, plus deduction of championship points. But the best one, failure to comply with the instructions of the FIA regarding the appointment and participation of persons during official ceremonies at any competition counting towards an FIA championship is a €15,000 fine. The second offence is 30,000 plus suspension of access to reserved areas of an event for the next event. And the third offence, 45,000 plus suspension of access to reserved areas of an event for 6 months, plus deduction of championship points.
I'd just say no comment at every interview.
Just one word answers, because then technically you have answered.
Yeah.
And the FIA cannot get you in shit for that, because you answered the question. You just answered it at a length that Kimmy would be proud of.
Yeah.
What? Ice cream. Just give nonsensical answers. So Max, how did your race go today? I like rainbows. What did you make of the incident at turn 12? I think Chelsea are going to win the Champions League next year. just random shit.
Especially part of the international sporting code.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Welcome to the FIA.
Mm.
I just love
money
is what they're bothered about. Like, of all the things, this is what they're going after.
Yeah, you can't make the FIA look bad. They do that themselves.
Yeah, true.
That's their job.
It's madness. Absolute madness. But yeah, that's the FIA for you. Anyway, back to Formula 1. General Motors has announced the formation of a new power unit company for the Cadillac F1 project. They are continuing to gear up for their entry in, 2026?
I believe so, yes.
Yes.
With Ferrari.
So let's hope that continues to go well. To Aston Martin now, and Mike Crack has been demoted from team principal. And is
Rest in peace, Mike Crack jokes.
Yeah, we've lost Mike Crack.
If they can find it.
Mike Crack's right behind me, isn't he?
Mike Crack is now the chief trackside officer. And Andy Cowell, the CEO of Aston Martin, is now the team principal.
What's Mike Crack's new job?
Chief trackside officer.
What the fuck does that mean? He just goes by the track, yeah.
There's a track there, mate.
Yeah, there's a track here, and I'm beside it.
I think it means he's like almost like the race engineers' bosses. You know, so both of them report to him.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, basically like the head of everything trackside.
Sit on the pit wall and tell everyone else to tell someone else because he doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah. Or be like Susie Wolff when she was trackside at Williams when everything was going to shit and sending emails about shorts. That's Mike Crack's new job.
Sending Susie Wolff emails about shorts.
No, Susie Wolff was sending the emails about shorts. Do you not remember that being like a massive controversy at the start of the 2021 season?
Fireproof pants.
It was like, everyone on the pit wall has to be wearing trousers. Williams are like 10 seconds behind in qualifying. Is what it is.
Yeah.
F1 have confirmed all the driver numbers for 2025.
Yes, they have.
So Max Verstappen is obviously taking number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then going team by...
Everyone else is the same. Let's just cover the new ones, right? So, Alpine.
Jack Doohan, number 7.
Welcome back, Kimi Räikkönen.
Ollie Behrman is obviously 87, but this is his first full season. Gabriel Bortoleto has taken number 5, obviously previously Sebastian Vettel's number.
He's taken Seb's number. It was going to happen eventually, wasn't it?
This feels sick, doesn't it?
It does.
People taking Kimi's and Seb's.
Yeah, at the same time, but the next one is banned. Actually, no, not the next one. The one after that is banned.
Andrea Kimi Antonelli has taken the number 12.
Previously
owned
by
his previous owner?
Yeah, go on, Ben. Because I'm looking at the article, so I know the answer.
Oh, okay.
Right, okay. My first initial thought was Pastor Maldonado.
No.
Sadly, not the king.
Okay. Am I in the right sort of era?
Yes.
Couple years later, I think.
So, like 2017-ish.
I think that's
Is
more
it Marcus
appropriate.
Ericsson?
No. I think we could be here all day, Chris.
Yeah. It's Felipe Nasr.
Felipe Nasr. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isaac Hajar has taken the number 6.
Welcome back, Goatifi!
Yeah.
Jesus.
Liam Lawson has taken on the number 30. Ben, do you want to take a punt as to whose number that was?
Who's number 30?
Yeah, who was number 30?
Montoya.
I'll give you a hint. He does analysis breakdowns on the
Julian
official.
Palmer.
There you go.
Yeah. My hint for Julian Palmer was Fernando Alonso really
Hates
didn't
him.
like him. Yeah.
Karma.
And that's all the new ones.
Yep.
So that's that covered. Next up is Felipe Drogovic was confirmed as Aston Martin test and reserve driver for 2025.
I've got the article up of
Cool,
all the reserve drivers confirmed.
All right, go for it.
It then kicks off with McLaren, TBC. It says,
Great
but
driver.
Pato O'Ward seems to be a likely candidate after serving in the role last year. Ferrari, also TBC, because they pulled up their reserve driver to be their driver. So,
yeah.
Hinted at potentially either being Giovinazzi or even Arthur Leclerc.
Mm-hmm.
Red Bull are also TBCing. Possible candidates are probably Pepe Marti or Ayumu Oasa.
The scenes when they announced Sergio Perez.
That's the fucking test and reserve, right? Yeah. Mercedes have obviously got Bottas. Aston Martin, as you've just said, have Felipe Drogovic. They also have Stoffel van Dorn. Alpine have Franco Colapinto and Rio Hirakawa. And Paul Aron. Just
wow.
They've got more reserve drivers than drivers.
They can do a lot of swearing.
Yeah, they can. Paul Aron, however, will get himself banned pretty quickly as well. Haas haven't confirmed it. RB haven't confirmed it. Williams haven't confirmed it. And Sauber haven't confirmed it.
Right.
Yeah. So,
But
especially seeing as Sauber's driver academy have since seen 2 of their drivers leave to go and do WEC and Formula E in the form of Porsche and Maloney. There is, however, speaking of like McLaren and Williams, the unwritten the unwritten agreement that they can use the Mercedes reserve drivers because of their engine alignment. So it could well be that we could see Valtteri Bottas in a McLaren or a Williams.
Yeah.
So.
Moving further up the list, Formula One and Singapore Airlines have renewed their title sponsorship agreement. Sort of unsurprising. I'm pretty sure that's been who it's been since the start of the Singapore Grand Prix.
I think so, yeah.
What else? Hamilton was seen in a Ferrari for the very first time and posted one of the coldest pictures ever taken in Formula One outside Maranello.
The first driver photos at Maranello are always spicy.
Yeah.
Michael Schumacher's, where he's just hanging out the window as if he owns the fucking place. Cold. Seb Vettel just like striding out on a mission in race overalls. Cold. Lewis Hamilton stood outside of the house with a fucking F40 in the background, looking like a character out of the fucking Godfather. Cold.
Yeah.
Like, goddamn.
And then Lewis Hamilton went on to crash his Ferrari.
Interesting point about this, okay? Lewis Hamilton signed for McLaren, crashed the McLaren ahead of his debut, won the championship the next season.
Mm-hmm.
Lewis Hamilton signed for Mercedes, crashed the Mercedes before his debut, won the championship the next season. Lewis Hamilton announces he signed for Ferrari, crashes ahead of his debut. So I don't think he's going to win the championship this year. So let's hope Ferrari have nailed the fucking regs for next.
Yeah, 2026 pending.
Yeah. But you know how F1 fans love a little trend.
Yeah, and some news involving staff. Laura Muller has been announced as the first ever female senior race engineer for Esteban Ocon at Haas. Congrats to her. It's good to see. We'll see her in action for the first time at preseason testing, which obviously is in a few weeks' time. And then Angela is back with Lewis Hamilton at Ferrari. Did you ever find out why they split the first time? I don't ever think it really came out.
I think she just wanted to pursue different ventures for a bit.
Yeah, and has then come back, so best of luck to them.
I think Lewis was like, I don't understand Italian. Can you come help me, please? So I think it's one of those things, isn't it? They were very good together in terms of their working relationship, and I think going from an environment where he's very familiar with everything and everyone to an environment where everything's brand new, I think just having a friendly, familiar face will be that reassurance.
Yeah. And honestly, that is about it. We had more on-track testing of the new Pirelli wet weather tyres. So hopefully extreme wets will actually be usable again soon. Richard, you are saying I've forgotten something?
Mm-hmm.
What have I forgotten?
Formula One and leading global toy and family entertainment company Mattel have unveiled a product range that will connect fans to the speed of the sport at home with iconic Hot Wheels cars.
Oh, yeah, fair.
They have the 2024 liveries and 2024 driver numbers on, so there are 20 cars to collect. And they look pretty fucking good.
And huge news, Formula One driver Kimi Antonelli now has a driving license.
Bravo. Oh, sorry, bravissimo.
I love that he's trusted to drive at 200 miles an hour.
But not at 30.
But not at 30 on the public roads until now.
Yeah.
I just feel like a normal driving license should come included with like your super license, or even slightly lower down.
Oh, congrats! You're in F4. Have a driver's license.
Yeah,
14 years old.
That could be
dangerous.
One of the most stupid things in the fucking world. So I know that they can drive a car, but it's driving the car safely, which is why you need the license.
I would argue racing drivers could drive any car safer than any of us.
You'd happily give Nikita Mazepin a fucking license for driving an F2.
To be fair, he had a license before he drove an F2.
Yeah, but that was Russia, so that was just relevant for tanks.
And now you're giving them a fast track.
Okay, maybe not him. Anyone else, not him. Anyone who looks like an egg is disqualified. Is there much else news to cover?
Just the driver lineups for 2, 3, and 1 Academy. I think. So.
Yeah, so driver lineups for the junior categories, please.
Formula 2. There are still some spaces, so we'll update in due course, basically. But as it stands, we'll go through in terms of number order. So this is as the teams stand. Invicta Racing of Formula 2 have the driver lineup of Leonardo Fornaroli as the number 1 and Roman Stanek as number 2. Campos Racing numbers 3 and 4 is Pepe Marti and Arvin Lindblad, respectively. MP Motorsport have the numbers 5 and 6 for Ollie Goethe and Richard Verschoor. He's back for yet another year. High Tech numbers 7 and 8, Luke Browning and Dino Beganovic. Prema 9 and 10, Sebastian Montoya and Gabriele Mini. Dams Lucas Oil 11 and 12 is Jack Crawford and Kush Miney. ART Grand Prix have not confirmed who is in the number 14 car, but the number 15 car is Ritomo Miata. Rodin have confirmed Christian Mansell in the number 16 car, but haven't confirmed who's in the number 17. AIX Racing have the numbers 20 and 21. That's Joshua Dirksen and Kean Shields. Trident is 22 and 23 for Sammy Megatunif and Max Esterson. And VAR have confirmed John Bennett in the number 24 and haven't confirmed the number 25 seat. So just 3 drivers to confirm.
If any of you are a little confused as to why you might be newer to the junior categories as to why Formula 2 skipped the numbers 18 and 19, it is because the number 19 car was retired in memory of Antoine Hubert after his accident in Spa. Is that 5 years ago now? 6 years ago?
Yeah, Christ. It's been a while, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they skipped the number 13 because it's deemed unlucky.
Indeed.
So, there you have it.
Formula 3.
Yes, now this one's going to be a bit more of a mouthful because obviously they have 3 drivers per team, so you'll have to bear with me on this one. Also, there's a lot of new names here. A lot of the F2 guys we'd sort of familiar with.
Yeah, we knew.
This is going to be a bit much, so I'm going to do some research in the coming weeks and put together a dossier of who the fuck is who. Right. Prema obviously won the championship last year, have the 1, 2, and 3 seats. That is Brando Badoa in the number 1 car, Noel Leon, who I believe competed last year, in number 2, and Ugo Ugochukwu, who is the McLaren Academy driver, in the number 3. Trident have 4, 5, and 6. That's Noah Stromstead, Rafael Kamara, and Charlie Wurtz. I think Charlie was in it last year as well. I recognise that. I also recognise Stromstead, so I think he may have filled in for a race potentially. So that's the thing, because the drivers rotate round so frequently. There's 30 drivers in the thing, but at the end of the season you'll have 37 that were in the championship. So
he raced twice in Formula 3 for Campos.
No, there you go. Well, he's made the switch and he's got a permanent seat at Trident now. ART have 7, 8, and 9. That's Lauren van Herpen, Tuka Tapanen, and James Wharton in that order. Campos have Mary Boyer, Nikola Tsolov, and Tasanapol Inthropuvazak. Nailed it. High Tech, we obviously skipped the number 13, so High Tech have 14, 15, and 16. They have Martinius Stenshorn, Joshua Dufek, and Gerard G. MP Motorsport, 17, 18, and 19. Tim Tramnitz, Bruno Del Pino, and Alessandro Giusti? One of those. There we go. Van Amersfoort Racing have Teofile Nael, or nail.
I've got no idea.
It's got an
I'm looking
umlaut
at
on
it.
it.
and- Yeah.
I'm going to have to wait for the commentators to correct me on that one. They also have, that's the 20 seat. 21 seat is Ivan Dominguez, and the 22 seat is Santiago Ramos. Not Sergio Ramos, as I think I called him last year. Look, you see S. Ramos, and your brain goes to what it knows, okay?
Sergio Ramos.
Rodin Motorsport have Callum Voisin as 23, Louis Sharp as 24, and Roman Belinsky as 25. AIX have only confirmed one driver, and that's Javier Segura in the 26 seats. The numbers 27 and 28 are still empty. And Dams have confirmed Nicola Lacourt as 29, Matthias Zagazeta as 30, and Christian Ho as 31. So literally just AIX left to complete their lineup.
Yeah.
And finally, F1 Academy. There's still 7 seats left to be confirmed in this series. So I'll run through what we've got so far and their respective driver numbers and who they're supported by, because this is where it gets a bit difficult on the. This is what the cars will be, even though they're part of a team. So Emma Felbermeyer is part of Rodin Motorsport. She'll be driving the number 5 car, but she will be in the Kick Sauber liveried car. Courtney Krohn is... Emma Felbermeyer is Austrian. Courtney Krohn, American, in ART, driving the number 7 in the Haas liveried car. Albert Hurup Larsen, Danish, driving the number 12 MP Motorsport car in the Tommy Hilfiger livery. Chloe Chambers, American, driving the number 14 Campos car. She's supported by Red Bull Ford. The Red Bulls are where it's get complicated. Rafael Ferreira, Brazilian, driving the number 18 Campos racing car, supported by RB. Ella Lloyd, British, Welsh, as Nia would no doubt correct me. Supported by McLaren, driving the number 20 Rodin Motorsport car. Alicia Parmalski, British, driving the number 21 Campos car, supported by Red Bull Racing. So that's all 3 Red Bulls. We've done that now. Aurelia Nobles, Brazilian, driving the number 22 ART with the Puma livery. Dorian Pan, number 28, racing in Prema again, supported by Mercedes still. She's French. Leah Block, American, driving the number 57 ART, still supported by Williams. And Maya Veig, Dutch, still driving the number 64 MP Motorsport, supported by Ferrari. So, we still have 2 Premas, 3 Hi-Techs, a Rodin and an MP Motorsport to confirm. But we have confirmed the wild card for the Chinese Grand Prix season round. And that is Shi Wei, also known as T-Du. Or T-Du, I don't know. We'll see. But she won the Challenge Cup at the FIA F4 Chinese Championship in Shanghai and finished 3rd in the CFGP category. So she'll be joining for the Chinese round.
1 round, yeah.
As per the wildcard rules. That's all we've got so far.
It is indeed. And that's all we've got for this week's episode. Join us next week as we continue to build toward the start of the new season.
And then after next week, we've got a week gap because I'll be travelling.
Yeah. So next week, it'll probably be discussing what we expect from F175 Live, going over the car reveals that are scheduled outside of that as well. And yeah, once we come back from that, It's prediction season.
Yeah,
Our favorite time of year.
I'll be giving
The
blind review
on.
predictions. Yeah, but I'll be giving my my review of attending F175 in person. It will be live streamed on various platforms, so you can watch it from home. So I'm hoping that one of you fuckers will watch it, so that I'm not just chatting shit on my own. So you can give your verdict of it from a sat-at-home streaming perspective, and I'll give my verdict of having to fork out a small fortune for the food at the venue. And then, yeah, it will be all of the blind season predictions.
Yep, because that week is the last week before we see any cars on track. Then it's preseason testing, and we can properly build towards the 2025 season, which is just over a month away.
Is it still that far?
Yeah.
It feels so close, but it's still so far away.
It's because there's such a big gap between testing and the season this year, because they're going somewhere else. But yeah, that wraps up this week's episode of the Turn 5 podcast. As always, thank you very much for watching or listening. We will see you next week. Ta-ra for now.